Hello, everyone. I am the Buddha. I feel a deep joy to be able to encounter all of you in this way. Now, today, let us speak of the meditation for deepening compassion for your child. The path of nurturing a child is sometimes steep and accompanied by great hardships. The heartache felt by those in the position of a parent must be immeasurable. Chasing after the care of a child from morning until night. There are times when your heart is disturbed by anger and you become exhausted. At times, doubt may arise. What exactly is my own life? The love for your child is certainly there. However, that love can sometimes become a burden, felt like an inescapable obligation. I have heard the lamentations of many parents. I love them, but I am exhausted. I cannot help but worry about my child's future. The thought of them leaving me one day is terrifying. Various emotions such as these must be swirling within everyone's hearts. However, if you look through the eyes of truth, love is something more concise and pure. It is Metta, compassion. To cherish them as they are, without attaching conditions. And to know that the child is also a precious seeker, just like you. To know they are an independent, singular Buddha. Acknowledge that your child is a life separate from your own, and rediscover the joy of being a parent. If you do so, the fatigue of child rearing will surely appear as a different landscape. In today's meditation, let us learn these three wisdoms together. To perceive unconditional compassion. To respect and accept the child's independent soul. To awaken the true joy of being a parent. Now, please settle into a peaceful posture. Whether on a chair or the floor. Any place where your heart finds stillness is fine. Gently straighten your spine and relax your shoulders. Place your hands on your knees or overlap them comfortably. Close your eyes lightly to shut out the external world. Are you ready? Then, in the silence, let us enter the meditation to deepen compassion for your child. Welcome to a time for reclaiming your heart as a parent. For the next 30 minutes, we will feel the true love within you. There is perhaps no relationship more filled with deep love than that of a parent and child. However, at times, that love can become weight anxiety, or expectation. But true love is not like that. Unconditional love is a pure love that asks for nothing. Now, let us evoke that pure love from the depths of your heart. Then, let us begin slowly. First, turn your awareness to your breathing. The natural rhythm of your breath. As you inhale, evoke the joy of being a parent within you. As you exhale, bit by bit, let go of worries and expectations for your child. Inhale, accepting the joy. Exhale, letting go of the worry. With each breath, feel your heart gradually becoming softer. Now, please visualize your child. That child's face, their voice, their laughter. you remember when that child was born? Do you remember when you held them for the first time? At that time, what kind of emotions were in your heart? It might have been anxiety. You might have felt the weight of responsibility. But at the same time, wasn't there a pure joy? The encounter with a new life. Please slowly remember that joy. Is that child a perfect child? No, that child may have flaws. They may make mistakes. They may not meet the parents' expectations. But you love that child. A love that does not change, regardless of how that child is. A love that does not change, whether that child succeeds or fails. A love that does not change, whether that child listens to the parent or rebels. That is unconditional love. That unconditional love is flowing between you and that child. Now, feel that love. A love like light pouring softly from your heart to that child. That love has no form. It is not words. It is simply there. Just because you are there, that child is loved. Feel that sensation deeply. Eventually, that child will grow up. They may leave their parents' home. They may begin to walk their own life. At that time, what kind of emotions will surface in your heart? Is it joy? Is it loneliness? Is it anxiety? All are natural emotions. There is no need to deny those emotions. Simply acknowledge that they are there. I have left these words. A child is also an independent, singular Buddha. In other words, that child is a precious, independent existence, just like you. That child has their own life and their own path. Letting go of a child is not letting go of love. Accepting that child's independence is true love. Supporting that child so they can walk their own. Life is a parent's greatest love. Now, remember a moment of joy since you became a parent. It might not be a big thing. When the child laughed. When the child walked for the first time. When the child said, "Thank you," to the parent. When you gazed at the child's sleeping face. Those small, yet deep moments of joy. With each of those moments, you gradually became a parent. With each of those moments, your heart gradually grew. Through raising the child, you yourself were raised. The joy of being a parent is the process of that growth itself. Feel that joy once more from the depths of your heart. That joy will continue, changing its form from now on. The joy of watching the child's growth. The joy of supporting the child as they walk their own path. The joy of watching the child become happy. Finally, in your heart, express your gratitude to that child. Thank you for being born. Thank you for making me a parent. Thank you for making me grow. Chant those words of gratitude in your heart many times. That gratitude connects you and that child more deeply. Finally, there is one more person to whom you should sincerely express gratitude. It is yourself, who has worked so hard to fulfill the role of parent until today. There must have been nights when you blamed yourself for not being an ideal parent. There must have been days when you could not forgive yourself for accidentally raising your voice. Because you had no composure. However, that pain and that regret, all of it was born precisely because you loved that child so deeply. It is okay not to be perfect. That you, as that child's parent, have struggled and walked until today. That very footprint is the world's only precious story of love. From now on, even if physical distance grows, even if times come when you do not exchange words, please be at peace. When you think of that child, a light is lit in your heart. That light will surely reach the child along an invisible thread. The bond between parent and child, while changing form. It is like a light where two souls that will never melt into one another. Continue to illuminate each other eternally. Now, let us slowly return to this place. Place your hand on your chest and feel that warmth. That warmth is the proof of love. When you are ready, slowly open your eyes. The scenery before you should look a little more gentle and radiant. a wonderful parent, exactly as you are now. Today as well, let us walk together with that deep love. Thank you for your hard work. How do you feel now after finishing the meditation? Was there anything you noticed or anything that touched your heart? The act of raising a child is certainly a difficult practice. However, it is simultaneously one of the most precious disciplines in this world. Having a child becomes the greatest learning in life. Through that existence called your child, you will know the essence of love. What is responsibility? What is life? You learn these not through logic, but within your daily living. In a sense, the child is the supreme teacher master for the parent. Therefore, it is okay to be exhausted. Even if anger wells up or you feel like giving up, that is nothing more than a natural movement of the heart. There is no need to pursue the illusion of the perfect parent. Be as you are. The child admires and loves you just as you are. You, too, cherish and accept the child as they are. Whether their academic performance is good or bad, or whether they are obedient or not, does not matter. That child exists there for that alone. They are worthy of being loved unconditionally. This is unconditional compassion. Perform this meditation repeatedly. When your heart is stained with fatigue, when doubt arises in the bond with your child, by returning to this silence, the heart is settled, and the joy of being a parent will well up once more. When the child becomes independent and spreads their wings, it may certainly be accompanied by a touch of loneliness. However, that very loneliness is the opportunity to turn love into something deeper. Nurture a vast heart that can sincerely celebrate the child's independence. For that is the greatest joy that awaits at the end of being a parent. If you would like, please let me hear the voice of your heart. My compassion has deepened. My heart has become lighter, and so on. Any words are fine. Hearing the journey of everyone is a great joy for me as well. Today, I thank you for listening to my talk until the end. May the bond between all of you and your beloved children be filled with benevolence. And may your walk as a parent be enveloped in light. Let us speak of the truth together again. I pray for the great happiness of you all.